Okay, thank you very much for showing up for another meeting of the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association. We got lucky, another beautiful day out there, and you know, the fact that we're putting all this stuff up on YouTube, I've had speakers come here and go, damn, there's not very many people here. I always remind them, yes, you are speaking to these people here. Yes, the opportunity is to ask questions, to network with each other, but also remember that we are going out to YouTube on everything. So if anybody's looking for you, I suggest you don't get in front of the camera.
Uh-oh. Shut it down.
Oh, no. And the nice thing is that information will be out there, because I can't tell you how many times I've gone back after speakers been here and went, I got to listen to this thing like 5 times before I get it. And I finally get it and go, wow, that's incredible. I'm glad I had that on video and I can look at that anytime I need to. So, you know, there's a lot of value there. So thank you for making it. This is the website here, Santa Barbara. This is the short version will get you there. This is our nice little patio outside the door there. And I think we got probably the lighting okay. You okay there, Michael?
Oh yeah, looks good.
Good. So we are in a beautiful place here in Santa Barbara. I'm very happy to be here at Fest Parker. I can thank Linda Cleagas, who does these type of meetings nationwide all the time, for giving me a little kick and inspiration to get out of the pizza place, get out of Denny's, and head off to Fest Parker and get out of the room downstairs and up to a nice place like this. Very enjoyable to do this. We have all of our meetings, you know, are here on the meetings page. If you go to that link on the website, it'll show you the link to the web page where you can click on different things and get the information. And it also has links on there for all the videos. It takes you back to the YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel, so we've got tons of videos on there, maybe 8 years back, of all the speakers that we've had here. And we've got some popular videos, like I've got some other websites we're going green. I've got a Chevy Bolt video up here that's now up to 16,000 views in 4 months, which is very unprofessional. It's just one of those, hey, here we go, we're in the car. And, you know, there was enough information on there that people are curious why we would dump our all-electric Leaf and go for a Chevy Bolt. So, you know, what's that all about? Meetup.com, we've got that as a place for you to be a member. It's free for you. You can register there, or you can register back on our website for videos meetings. And it's a great place for you to expand your networking so people know who you are, and you can see what they're up to and what their interest is, so you can make those connections. Our 1 to 1:30 is through. I think we still got some food back there, and it looks like, is the cellophane still on top of that food? It should be removed.
Yes, it is on half of it. Half the sandwiches are there, the cookies look like they're gone.
Okay, so, you know, help yourself with the food. You know, make it work. There's also a machine back there for validating your parking, because, you know, if you're here for the day, it could be, how much?
Oh, like 30, 40 bucks. Do it. Just get it for free, validate
Yeah,
it.
just get it
So
validated.
easy.
If you don't have your ticket with you, you can go downstairs and get one. A lot of times the thing's up, but don't count
Yeah.
it. Okay, we did ask the wine, so we're not doing that anymore for multiple reasons. The agenda, I actually put down here that I'll be talking until 2:30, but I won't, because I kind of spaced out when, oh yeah, John's going to be doing the half-hour thing, so I'm going to do about 15 minutes and step my whole thing up and get to the meat of what I really want to talk about. Okay, which, you know, we've talked about the free training in the past videos, and basically what that means is $20 at the door for the meetings, but if you sign up in advance online, it's $10 to get to the meetings. But all the meetings are free if you're the first time you've ever been here, or if you've been here and you bring a guest, like Terry did, then you get in free, you and your guest. And that also gives you 30 days from the point that you were here today for free training from me on any of this stuff that we talk about that I can help you out with. So you just call me up, and believe me, nobody's calling me up and driving me crazy. What drives me crazy is when you don't call. I think, well, no, it's free. You know, I would. So that's the training. We've got a little bit we'll talk about rent-ready properties and wholesaling and lease option. And then this is really what I want to spend most of the time, and the very little time I do have here, which is a new business for anybody who wants to get involved, is turning Bandit Signs into business signs. Everybody knows what a pain bandit signs are and how expensive they can be if they're where they're not supposed to be, and you can find. Okay? Then we have Mark, Coach Color from Las Vegas. Here. Okay, and he's gonna start talking at 2:30, but we're actually gonna get John, who's Mark's partner. And hey, John. From Las Vegas too. He will be up here between 2 and 2:30 talking, okay? And then after it's over, there's a table back there between Mark and John and the water, which I'm calling the free table. And anything that's on there is free, so I just bring old educational information or anything that I can that might give some value. Put it on the table. If anybody wants it, take it. My son said, don't put your cell phone down there. She'll be gone in no time, so don't do that. Training, free training, and then the networking downstairs. If you want to join us downstairs afterwards, we'll go down, we'll have some food, a chance to meet people. It's a whole lot different relationship that you can build downstairs when you're got a little more time and it's a little more intimate than you can up here. So it's a good thing to do if you've got the time. And unfortunately, the food and drinks are not free. So, that's kind of what's going to be happening here. So I'm going to go down quickly on some of this stuff. That's the main site that we saw before, the Santa Barbara REIA. Free training really includes real estate training. Tell me what you want. We'll spend some time on it. Marketing, so we can talk about marketing, help you with your business and marketing. And also going green, solar, electric cars, wind, personal development, goal setting. That's all part of, Dan, I got some free training for 30 days. Can you help me with my goals and kind of get that organized and tell me something about that? Yeah, we do that. This is NHBig, the wholesaling website for wholesale, fix and flip, lease to own. It's really an C Corp for earned income. I have separated those investment income from earned income for specific IRS reasons. One, to help save money, and two, to help you stay out of jail, because if you do the wrong thing at the wrong time, guess what? Ignorance is no excuse for the law. And it's really easy to get wrapped up in all this stuff and get really busy and not really know that you were supposed to do this before you did that, or you end up going there. And you don't want to go there. That is. You're in trouble. That happens. This is all the information you get through NHBig Inc., which stands for National Home Buyers Investors Group. And it's the training. So, there's credibility, there's business cards, there's a CRM called Podio, which is by the same company that makes Go To My PC, Citrix, which is here in Goleta and nationally and globally. A lot of stuff in here that we provide for you so that you can not have to spend the time developing it, not have to spend the money putting it in place. It's just there for you to use, and we hook you into that. And there's Victor, one of our members that was happy with this $5,000 check for doing some wholesaling. So it does work. It's just a matter of how much time you got in the day to do it. You don't want to give up your day job or whatever income you have is gold until you can prove to yourself that you're making something on a regular basis. And you can incrementally cut back whatever you're doing and start moving deeper into the real estate. Okay? This is NHB LLC, which is National Home Buyers LLC, which is a LLC, not a C Corp. And this is investment income, totally different than earned income. And that's actually the house that we built in Santa Barbara on about 7 acres with a 360-degree view of the ocean, the islands, and it does snow in Santa Barbara. That is snow in the picture. But it hasn't happened for 10 or 15 years. Michael remembers. He was young enough to go out and play and have fun. Okay, so the return on investment is actually about 36% on the lower end properties. As you go up in value of property, the return on investment always gets less and less because you're dumping more and more money into it. So why would you go get a property that has very little return on investment instead of one of these? Well, Santa Barbara is about 3% return on investment because a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home is $1 million. It's really easy. It's pretty simple math to figure that out and go, well, okay, if I'm getting $3,000 or $4,000 a month in rent in a 1-year period and I invested this much money, what is my return on investment? It's about 3%. You split it with an investor, it's about 1.5%. And a lot of people will go, well, why would you do that and not go out and do some of these Midwest properties that are really inexpensive and cheap and a higher return? These will never go up in value very much. The true wealth in real estate is value over time, equity growth, they're not gonna grow like Newport Beach, Santa Barbara, Las Vegas, wherever, up and down the coast. So, you know, it's a matter of expanding your portfolio and doing what you want to do where you want to do it. Okay, there's a lot of repairs and this kind of thing, so if you really need a write-off, this is a great place to get a write-off because you're going to have a lot of repairs. If you want to do joint venture without write-offs, because you are not deemed a real estate investor, then this probably isn't a good thing to do. You really should get better property, higher end property, newer property, very little work that needs to be done, and do it in something like an IRA where you don't get write-offs, but you don't pay taxes. That'd be a really good investment. Okay? So in NHBig Inc., we're talking properties 100,000 to 10 million. Have we ever done $1 million? No, we'd love to. You know, we've had some on contract for 6 million, whatever. So, you know, and it doesn't cost a dime for us to do this. This is wholesale. We're just matching up buyers and sellers and getting a fee. So why would we spend our time on low-end properties when we get a higher fee doing wholesaling with higher dollars? This is 30,000 to 100,000. Probably not going to find too many people that want to spend more than 100,000 doing a joint venture. That's my guess. But this is a good place for investment income. This Santa Barbara Computing is where we do our marketing, and I was created a service organization, a computer organization at UCSB. I was a W-2 employee for, 25 years, something like that. And a student of mine and I created UCSB.edu, the main campus website, which everybody looked at us and went, you guys are nothing. The main computer center should be doing this. Why are you doing that? I said, well, because we did. Maybe we're something now. I don't know. So we had fun and we networked a bunch of computers. So I've got experience here. Michael's been on computers for years. He's doing websites. We can help you with your marketing. Okay. Personal power project. Again, this is about solar. We've had Solar City in here. We tried to get Tesla in here to talk about their cars, and they said, yeah, well, we might be able to. And I said, we're going to video it, put it up on YouTube. And they went, oh, no, we can't do that. And we'd have so many levels of bureaucracy to get approved to do that, and we're just not going there. So I said, okay, we'll bring somebody in here that owns a Tesla, and we'll let them talk about Tesla. I said, well, we can't stop you there. So we did a couple months ago. That's up there. The surprising thing that got me was I said to this gentleman, Sanjeev, who's a member, your autonomous was automatically downloaded for driving. You never had it in your Model S, not X. And then you woke up one morning and there was autonomous capability in your car. How long did it take you to feel comfortable to let that car drive from Santa Barbara to Vegas without you touching the steering wheel? For me, I was thinking maybe a few weeks or a month or two. He said, oh, about 5 minutes. So what does that tell you? We're going to get there a lot faster than we thought we would. Okay? Things are going to change fast in the next 10 years. This is the business that I want to talk about. We've got about 15 minutes left here. And I promised Mark that he's going to be going, what? What are you doing? Because we have had this issue of bandit signs, an age-old problem. Does anybody in here know what bandit signs are and why that's a problem? Would like to say something about that? John?
I just know that there's signs put on public property and the city doesn't like it and they'll pick them up for you. Eventually, I suppose they're going to fine you.
They will.
I haven't had them find me, but I haven't used them either. So.
And there's a lot of people that say, in fact, Keith and Roberta that were here, they do their thing up, SBREIA, Lompoc, say, it's the price of doing business, $250. I get a fine once in a while. Okay, it's like advertising. We just have to pay the price, we have to pay it. And I've really not spent a whole lot of time dealing with bandit signs because I'm always in the mode of, I don't want to travel, I don't want to drive. I spent my whole life trying to get out of south of Los Angeles to Santa Barbara. And I've built a nice place where I can sit up there and look at the ocean and other views. And the main thing that I have to do is get out of the chair, at about 12 o'clock and go outside and exercise and do things because that most unhealthy thing you can do. What are they saying now? The new cancer is a desk job? Whatever the saying is. If you're not moving, it's really bad for your health. So, I've got to, and it's a good stress when you get up and do other things. But that's really one of the issues for me with bandit signs is I just don't want to go there. I don't want to deal with it, but it's really, really necessary. When the market's up here, you'll probably tell you, yeah, it's a huge part of your business. You gotta get the bandit signs out there to get the buyers going. So I said, okay, you know, I was about ready to get into this thing with pink houses that came here last month, and unfortunately, or fortunately, we have some members in here that said, Dan, you've been hounding us, and you've been saying in your disclosures, do your due diligence, and you didn't do your due diligence, and look at where you're going. And so I looked at that one, okay, I didn't really, because I don't have that much time, but I kind of figured I would as I got into it. And as I got into it, I went, no, that doesn't work for me, thank you. How you dinner? You saved me. So I'm not going to go that direction. I'm going to do my own thing for a while. Maybe might do that other thing some other year, who knows? But, you know, we can talk about that later. I think that people there were probably as much a victim as anybody else, but I don't know the truth. I just don't want to go there. So, enough said about that. I'm looking at this as I got sitting down and thinking about it. I've done a lease purchase in the past. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I've done it here and there just a little bit, but not much. But as I listen to them, I begin to realize my wife is sitting in our office hours on end doing accounting. I'm sitting there hours and hours doing management. We're doing repairs, you know, that costs money. Great to have write-offs, but, you know, rather have money than write-offs, right? All that stuff is a problem. It's a business. It's an income. But again, real wealth is the build-up. All that really is just kind of like another job. Pays bills. But the truth is, you know, wholesaling and lease to own is the way out of that. Because you don't have the repairs. You don't have any of that stuff I'm talking about. You don't really have the accounting. You don't have the property management. You don't have any of that. And oddly enough, doing lease to own will lead you on to wholesale deals. Because what will happen is, somebody will say, well, yeah, I want to lease to own my home. And you look at it and you go, has anybody ever told you that you're a hoarder? You know, there's no way we could show this house to anybody. It will never fly. The best we could do is maybe wholesale a house because we can't bring people through this. It's impossible. And most realtors realize if a house is such a disaster, it never qualify for a loan anyway. So in the middle of doing lease purchases, we're going to come across those and go, oh, this is a wholesale deal. This is not a lease purchase. It won't work. Okay? But the bandit sides, how do we deal with that? Okay, if you have a house where somebody said, yes, I want to do a wholesale on my house, okay, great. Let's put a lease to own sign out in front of the house. Now, this doesn't have to be exactly what the sign looks like. And if the house is on contract with us and the sign's out in front of that house, then sure, we can have my number, which is right there on that sign. Okay? But what if a house had a sign in front of it, lease to own, and they were not trying to sell it, they did not want to sell it, and it was not lease to own. And you called up and you said, hey, I just drove by, saw your house, saw your sign, looks great, I want a lease to own. And you heard somebody say, well, that's great. We have got a number of homes available for you to see that are leased to own. The sign you saw in front of my house really isn't my home that's being leased to own, it's just my business sign. So thank you for calling. Would you like to see some of those homes? Would you feel like you got cheated? Would that be bad? Would it be deceiving? Is there something that we can put on this sign? Because this isn't in stone. This can be changed, the color can be changed, the wording can be changed. So whatever it takes for people to go, okay, you know, it's a business sign. It's not really a lease to own for that house sign. We can change it. So that's what I'm saying down here, make it legal. Make sure everybody's happy, make sure everybody knows what's going on. You say, well, Dan, have you done this yet? No, this is all brand new. We're winging it and we're making something as we go, okay? So we are going to have to change this to make sure that everybody's happy and it works, okay? So, well, how would this work? Okay, if you have a lease to own sign in front of your house and somebody does a deal with you and we close, we give you a $1,000 referral fee or 5% of the profit, whichever is better. In Santa Barbara, if the sale price is, you know, $1 million and my profit is $50,000 because it's 5% or whatever, obviously this number might be more like 2 or 3 or whatever thousand for that deal when it closes. Okay, so you would get a larger fee. And you say, well, that's great, Dan, but how do I know that my sign actually brought that buyer? What's the safeguard that you're not cheating me? You're not ripping me off. Well, guess what? That's not my number on the sign in front of your house. That's your phone number. That's your job. That's your business. And as soon as those people call up, they're going to get you, and here's all you have to say. Yes, we've got leased option homes. I can give you, get you back in contact with my partner. You can view them. If it works, you can do it. And we're going to have to change the sign here because I'm going to probably put required, and then underneath it say deposit and credit repair. Not we provide credit repair, because there could be an issue about, well, is your business credit repair? If it's not, that's illegal. You can't say that, right? So we'll probably have to change that. So there'll be little tweaks in this thing to make it all work. And then what will happen is, if they get somebody that says, yes, I need credit repair, I do have a deposit, 100,000 or whatever, I've got some money in the bank, but my credit's not where it needs to be, and I need a year to get to it, we can do at least and make it work. First thing that happens is that person goes into the Podio database that we just talked about. Person's name, whatever information needs to go in there. John knows, he's been looking at Podio a little bit now. And so they've got a way to get access to this database that I've set up. So every lead they have goes in there. So at some point, if they're going, well, gee, I wonder if that person ever bought a house from Dan, all they have to do is go back to their leads and say, hey, John, did you buy that house? Have you bought any house? You did? Where's my referral fee, Dan? And if I'm stupid and I'm not on top of it, that question could come up. I hope I'm not stupid and I'm on top of it and the question doesn't come up, and they find out they got a referral fee long before the question comes up. But the truth is, there's a check and balance here as their own business to be able to do this and see what's going on. Okay? How else could you do it? If I had my number on there, they would never know. It's got to be them. And here's the beauty of it. I'm not taking the calls. I'm not spending the time. I'm not dealing with any of it. But when you have a house that's for sale, the first thing you want to do is go get some lease, some bandit signs around the area. Well, you get your lease to purchase sign on there, right? And then you get your guy who goes out and does the door hangers. And what do the door hangers do? Well, on the door hangers it says, how would you like to have your own part-time business? $1,000 referral fees. All you have to do is stick a sign in your front yard. Now we don't have to stick them in illegal places where we get fines. We don't even have to go out there and put them up. The signs are only $30 through Build a Sign, wherever you want to get them, as long as they're approved by us. That's, looks right. That's what it's supposed to say. The signs go up. So our door hanger will get half of the first referral fee. So if they make 1,000, the door hanger will make 500 of that. And from that point on, everything they ever make will be theirs completely, and the door hanger won't get any more. It's just a way of initially paying the door hanger for doing their job. And those can even be free. You could put the business information on one side, and you can have First American Title on the other side, and have First American Title pay for the door hangers. Okay? And you don't have to put them everywhere. You just put them in the areas that you think you need it. Or you have other people, you do that, and you also just put Craigslist ads or whatever out there. And other people will go, yeah, that's a good part-time business. I can do that for a month if I want to, or 2 months, or I can do it for a season when it's a good time to sell and take it away when it's not. Okay? This is not like a business that you aspire to do forever for income. It's just a little part-time business, especially if you want to start learning real estate, or you're retired and you just don't want to do very much more. Right? Okay? Part-time business. Okay, door hangers, business on one side. Now, this also, again, will be leads for wholesaling. That kind of stuff will come in. You want to get twice this? Well, this is going to bring you buyers. You want to get twice that? You can make calls for sellers. Jump on Craigslist. Hi, I saw your place was for rent. Tell me about it. Sounds great. Kind of looking for a place and considering a lease to purchase. Would you consider that? No? Okay, well, maybe I'll get back to you. Well, you would consider it? Can I get back to you with my partner? We can talk about it some more? That's finding sellers. If you're doing that, that's as much as you need to ask. You don't need to know contracts. You don't need to know all the involved stuff. I'll get you back to my partner. Hello? Here's a guy that's going to deal with all that and make sure now you get 1,000 for finding a buyer or more, $1,000 or more for finding a seller, because now you match them both up, okay? And we'll work out all the details, and you don't have to know a whole lot about this business. You can have it be as simple and as easy as you want it to be. Okay? And signs? Well, we just had a wholesale thing going on in Fresno. I'm going back there. It was, what was it? Visalia. And one of our members here brought that in, and we worked on this thing for months. And I just called the guy up the other day, and I said, hey, I got this sign that we're going to put back up in your front yard, and I wanted to get your approval that it looks okay, and you're fine with it before I purchase it and have it mailed to your location so you can plant it in your front yard. And the guy, after working with him for months, said, well, he was kind of avoiding my calls, and I thought, why is he doing that? And finally, when I got a hold of him, he goes, well, yeah, we can do that, but I still want to leave my sign up. You know what that means. And I still need $25,000 on this deal. I said, we've been doing this for months, and believe me, you're not going to get $25,000. If you were, that would have happened 4 months ago. So this is what Coach Collard is going to talk about. Know when to say when. And Mark's going, Dan, you should have said when months ago. I'm sure. But in any case, that told me, oh, well, I shouldn't be buying signs for anybody, because if they're not really going to do something with the sign, what would I waste my money for? It's a $30 investment. If you guys are serious about doing this as a part-time business, you buy the sign, you stick it out there, you make sure it, it's okay, and I approve it, and we go on and do our business. It's that easy. It's really a simple thing. So that kind of gets me out of the whole deal of the city and the fines, and how do I know that the Bandit signs work? Mark will tell you they do. How do I know they work? Every time we've ever put Bandit signs up, we get tons of calls. You can put Bandit signs up in vacant properties that you don't even own or know or have any relationship with people, and you'll get tons of calls. But guess who else will call you? The owners who are really upset, the city who is really upset, attorneys who are really upset, the police who are really upset, and believe me, I've had all those calls, and I've told them the same thing. We've got a lot of people out there doing a lot of things, and who knows who made what kind of mistake, but I'll get to the bottom of it, make sure it's all cleared up, it doesn't happen again. Well, guess what? It will never happen again with this model. It doesn't have to happen. This is really easy. Okay? Now, will it work? I'm not telling you, yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years, I don't know, but I bet it will. We're going to try it, and as long as it's legal and everybody's happy and they know what's going on, then we've got little businesses that we can give to people who, in my mind, are people who are maybe younger, just starting off in real estate, and need to kind of get a foot in the door, and people who are retired, don't want a whole lot of stuff to do, just want a simple little added income somehow, a fixed income. Well, this is a fun little thing to do. And you don't have to know and say a lot. It's real simple statements. And then let me get you to my partner, because he was all about it. It's not my job. I don't know. I just decided on it. Okay? So, we are at 2 o'clock. I've done my soapbox for the day. We're going to have John come up here. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to, and if you